Isn't it wild that we only go to the doctor when something is wrong, but no one ever teaches us how to actually stay well? Toxic overload is at an all-time high, and we are being hit from every angle. EMFs, air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, processed foods, synthetic scents, medications with a long list of side effects. It's no wonder that so many of us are tired, we're bloated, we're achy, we're dealing with skin issues and mysterious symptoms that we just try to ignore. But what most of us were never taught is that inflammation is the root of almost every major disease. From heart disease to autoimmune conditions to cancer, diabetes, aging skin, it's all connected. What if we actually paid attention before things got serious? If your joints are aching or your skin is breaking out or your digestion is a mess, those things are not random. They are cries for help. Hi, I'm Ryan. I am a keto coach and I am a certified advocate through the Metabolic Terrain Institute of Health. I'm passionate about helping men and women suffering from metabolic issues reclaim their health and vitality through lifestyle changes. So you see, chronic inflammation, it damages your mitochondria. And your mitochondria are those tiny powerhouses in your cells that produce energy. And when they break down, they send distress signals that trigger even more inflammation. So you get stuck in a cycle. Inflammation breaks your mitochondria, and broken mitochondria fuel more inflammation. And then repeat that. So you are tired, you're sluggish, you feel like you've aged overnight. That could be the reason why. So healing your mitochondria with anti-inflammatory food, movement, sleep, stress management, it isn't just healthy living. It is how you interrupt that cycle at the root. Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple habits that can help reduce inflammation in just 7 days. They have made a huge difference for me, and I think that they will for you too. So step 1 is you want to reduce your toxic load. And here's where you can start. You want to ditch synthetic scents. So sorry, Bath & Body Works and many of those designer perfumes, most of them are just filled with hormone disrupting chemicals that don't belong in or on your body. Swap your plastic food containers for glass wherever you can, and never heat your food in plastic. You want to replace non-stick cookware with stainless steel or cast iron. I almost exclusively use my cast iron pan now. It works beautifully if you season it and care for it properly. Read your labels. If you can't pronounce it and don't know what it is, it probably doesn't belong in your food, on your skin, or in your hair. So look, toxins, they are everywhere. We can't avoid them. This is not about being perfect. It is about reducing the load so your body has the capacity to heal. So step number 2 is you want to heal your gut. You've probably heard that your health starts in the gut, and it's absolutely true. So if your gut is inflamed, your immune system is on high alert 24/7, and it shows up as bloating, eczema, acne, constipation, brain fog, and more. So how do you quiet this fire? You start with an elimination diet. You want to identify all of your personal triggers. It could be dairy, it could be gluten, it could be ultra-processed foods. Those are the most common culprits. I don't even eat ultra-processed foods, and I avoid gluten, and I avoid most starchy carbs as a rule. But for a while, I was eating dairy like it was going out of style. At almost every meal, I was having it, and I wasn't really experiencing any gas or diarrhea, but I was bloated, and I had constant abdominal pressure. So I decided to cut back significantly. And now I only allow myself cheese when I'm out having a bunless burger, which isn't that often. So otherwise, I've just cut it out. And between that and a few other foods, I naturally dropped a few pounds, like 5 pounds, just from cutting out foods that were inflaming me. After you figure out what your inflammatory triggers are, you want to add in gut-friendly foods like fermented veggies. It is kimchi. This is my favorite brand. It's medium spicy, not too spicy, but it's got the right amount of tang. So good. from like sauerkraut or kimchi. I always keep both in the fridge. So Bubby's is my favorite brand of sauerkraut. It's just cabbage, water, and salt. That's all it is, fermented. So good. Even adding raw or cooked cabbage is super soothing to your gut lining. Bone broth, especially if it's simmered with some veggies and select herbs, will be great for your gut health. So step number 3 is you want to use natural anti-inflammatories. So there are so many powerful options, but I want to highlight a few of my personal favorites. So each morning I make some variation of a golden milk or a golden tea. So I make this with fresh ginger root, which is great for digestion and immune health. I add cardamom seeds, which support circulation. I add in cinnamon, which is great for balancing blood sugar. I specifically use Ceylon cinnamon. Make sure you look for Ceylon cinnamon instead of just cinnamon, because that is going to really help with blood sugar regulation. I add in whole cloves, which are rich in antioxidants, and then I add turmeric. And turmeric is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory spices. And you can add it to a bunch of different things, your soups, your meals. Just make sure that your turmeric is paired with black pepper to activate the main compound, curcumin, for better absorption. So I also add black pepper to this tea. And I boil everything together on the stove for a few minutes. And then I may stir in or blend in some coconut milk powder or healthy fat for that creaminess. You could just use coconut milk or nothing at all. You can just make it as a tea, and it won't be milky, obviously, but it will still serve its purpose. This one tip alone makes a huge difference. If you start incorporating this on a daily basis, I guarantee you will notice a difference in your digestion and less inflammation. Some other things that you can add in as anti-inflammatories are magnesium and omega-3s. So these reduce systemic inflammation, and they support your mood and your sleep too. So let's not forget about the importance of sunshine and vitamin D, because vitamin D levels are linked to higher rates of autoimmune issues. It's also linked to fatigue and a bunch of other issues. So if you can't spend a good amount of time outside every day, you may need to consider supplementing with vitamin D, and always check with your doctor before starting any new supplements. Reducing inflammation is a work in progress for me. It is not something that any of us can be rid of once and for all, and we will always be battling inflammation in some way. But keeping this at the forefront of our minds as we prepare our foods, as we shop for our toiletries, and as we welcome new products into our home, we can work on reducing inflammation and hopefully fighting off disease. So if reducing inflammation is something that you want to work on, I urge you to download my free 7-day anti-inflammatory checklist. It will walk you through one doable habit each day, and it will have reminders, food tips, gut-friendly swaps, and I'll even include my golden milk recipe. It also includes simple ways that you can reduce toxic exposure, tips for better sleep, what to ditch and switch, a little cheat sheet on that for everyday inflammation triggers. It's simple, it's practical, and honestly, it's a great way to hit reset if you have been feeling off. So you'll find the link in the description below. If this video has helped you, please share it with a friend who could use it too. Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe so you can get more tips on how you can feel your absolute best from the inside out. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.